Oh, do you know what? Sleeping in's okay. Sleeping in's okay. All right.
Over here. We have slept in, we've had company, we have slept in. Oh my goodness.
Is it then the company that you've slept in because of?
Well, Larry,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a talker, isn't she?
Oh, Linda's darling.
Oh my
She
God.
is darling.
She would be here every week. She adores you.
Well, I love her.
Oh my gosh, my daughter.
She's a talker.
She's fine. We should all talk. We should all be able to share, right?
But she loves yoga. She said, oh my gosh, it's yoga this morning. Oh, she ran.
I'm not sure. Let's start. It's time.
Okay, we got.
I think everything's ready for you. Did I get you?
Sure do.
Thank you.
Well, I just found it's just a heck of a lot easier for me to just driving wise. If I leave my house to get here, like it's a 10 to 7 to get here, and then I'm rushing. So I just go do yoga and then come from the yoga studio, and I get here by 7:30. I get stuff set up. I'm like, you can do this. So how are we doing?
Good.
Life good? I've got, remind me, don't let me forget. I feel like I'm kind of getting my life back together. I got this from you. Don't let me forget to give it back to you.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
So anything particular? Any questions? Anything you want to?
How are you doing, Debbie?
I'm doing great.
I'm
doing great.
Debbie, can I move closer?
Yes.
I didn't get that. I didn't get my hearing aids to give me tore out there this morning. It's like we were
Yeah, come.
enjoying life and
Just
then.
scoot your whole mat. I think you can drag it gently and it can come right.
I won't get in front of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
Is that
fine.
okay with you?
Totally fine.
Blocking my view.
Is she blocking your view? I don't think so because I can see you totally. Okay, anything particular? I thought we could focus on hips today. Okay. But gently move through those hips, okay? But we're also gonna we're still on breath, okay? And then remember, and I'll send out a text next week. I'm gone next week, and we can't do subs here. And if I might do it online. I might do one but I'll be in California. So
I'm jealous.
I might be, but whatever. So I wanted to kind of share, because we're still focusing on this breath, right?
This what?
Our breath,
Oh,
the in and out. But I wanted to share this because I think this was I kind of love this. Remember last week, we kind of did like the box breathing, where we paused. I want to focus on the pauses today. We'll still inhale. Oh, whoops. We'll still inhale. We'll still exhale. But we had one person move closer.
Closer. You can move up if you want.
But rather than, we'll still inhale and exhale. We have to. But I want to focus on that pause, okay? And this is what Richard Miller says about that pause. When we focus on the pause between breaths, we open to awareness of stillness, which lies behind and between each breath and each thought. That really kind of caught my attention, right? This idea that the pauses, that we can have pauses with our thoughts. And it takes me back to, I got to go and did a workshop with Jody Moore. And I don't know if you follow her. The young gals follow her, my girls follow her. she's got some really good, she's kind of a coach, a personal self-coach kind of a thing. But she talks about 5 steps. The first is we have something happen, an experience. The second is we have a thought about it.
You have a what?
A thought about our experience. And then we have, sorry, I'll speak up. And then we have a feeling based on our thought. And then we have an action based on our feeling. And then we have a result based on our action. And often we think that the result is caused because of the experience. But it's because of the thought. Because we get to choose the thought. So if we take the time to pause between breaths and thoughts, we have a pause, we have a thought, we pause and we say, is that a true thought? Because sometimes, I don't know about you work, maybe your hip's hurting, maybe you fall down, maybe you stub your toe, maybe you break something, and you think, I'm so stupid.
Or everything else.
Anybody ever thought that? Yeah. Why did I eat that? That was so dumb. That makes my stomach feel icky. Why did I, or whatever it is. And then we continue on with the feeling, the action, the result, when in all honesty, the thought is not truth. But we won't know that unless we have that pause. So this is kind of where I want us to go today, okay? So I will put that, I've put some show notes up, but I'll put that idea, Jody Moore's ideas. And I know she gets them from someone else, but she uses them in her self-coaching, or in her personal coach. I'm calling it something wrong, it's not quite. So, yeah, grab your ball. We're gonna roll first, and then we're gonna pause and do a breathing exercise. Find those places that are tight, that are sore. I'm not finding any. It's good. That's a good thing. I'm kind of like, am I pushing in the right places?
Don't knock it.
Don't knock it. There's a thought, right? Am I pushing in the right places because I don't have
And
to
the
pay?
foot's really good.
Yeah, my foot's feeling good.
So you got me.
Yeah. So pause in a place that's maybe a little sensitive. Take a deep breath. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Notice the stillness that we create. Even if there's chaos out around us, that personal pause, so that's where we're going to focus today. And then go ahead and find another place that might be a little tender. We're still on the same foot. We kind of start class this way every morning. Find a pause place. Go ahead and inhale. And exhale. And at the bottom of the exhale, there's a pause. At the top of the inhale, go ahead and inhale again. Just pause. And then do an audible HA. Exhale. And pause. And then inhale. And exhale normal and change it to the other side. So as we get the opportunity, and I say get, but you've taken the opportunity to do this, right? You got out of bed, you got dressed. Sometimes it's so much easier on cold mornings because you see the frost on the grass. You're kind of like, oh, this is a curl up with a good book in bed moment, but you guys chose different. Find, oh, there's a little sore place. So it's been interesting, I broke this finger. It's been a year and a half, and I still can't straighten it all the way.
I can see it.
But I noticed down in here, I was doing some work with my hands, and I noticed that I've got a little this body is so amazing, it responds. But there's almost a little scar tissue. I'm sure that there was a little something down into here with this because it was do you remember it was that rope swing? My daughter-in-law sent a video of it the other day. I was laughing when I saw this. I thought about it again and had to laugh again. So find that place, take an inhale, take a pause. And just kind of wiggle. Take an audible exhale and pause. So, my premise and my supposition or my theory, which I have proven. So I've been doing this work, but for you to figure it out, you have to do the work yourself, right? To experience it. That pause is important. Okay, so we're going to find some places today where you find stillness. We'll move into something, we'll hold, and then we'll move again. Know that movement is really good for the body, but so is stillness. Okay, all right. Go ahead and we're just going to roll on our legs. So just roll through those hands. So because of that broken finger, and I'm just giving this as a suggestion, you may not have a broken finger. I have a toe place too that I broke years ago. But just kind of find, maybe that's where I found that. I'm like, oh, why does that hurt? And then I went and felt and could feel that little bump of scar tissue. The only way you get rid of scar tissue is to surgically have it removed, and they go in and grind it out. Or you literally can do the massage and you can break it down, okay? But you have to consistently do that. So roll through the hands and the feet. If you've got a place that's tight, I really don't much in the hands, although I do have a little bit. We were riding the tandem and Blair went the wrong direction. So when you clip in with your shoes, and we're both, we just got that we unclipped left because both our right legs are stronger. So when you start back up, you have to be the same way. Well, he unclipped right and I unclipped left. So I was ready to go this way and he turned that way and the whole bike went that way and I went off.
Oh.
So I've just got a little place there. It was just, there's this little bone that has a little curve, just the littlest thing for the nerve to go through. And mine's cracked. So, and it healed some, but it kind of healed out of alignment. So, and then take to the other hand. So finding these opportunities, right? Taking these opportunities. So even while it's moving, okay, around, take some inhales, close your eyes and pause. And exhale and pause. So even if we're doing something, we can still find a pause with our breath. Is it easier to find if we are still? Yes. But it's not necessary. So this is a great thing for arthritis. If you have arthritis in your knuckles, is to just get some movement, some blood flow. Beautifully done. Go ahead and lose those. We're going to warm up our legs pretty quick. So grab a block. Let's just kind of take it over to one side. Put one foot on it, okay? So you're going to be at just a right angle or tiny bit forward. Let me turn to the side so you can see that. We're not here, right? And we want to at least be straight up and down with the shin. or a little bit further forward. That's the best for the knee, okay? And then we are just going to lift the toes, try to spread them wide. Notice that, can you feel the engagement? And see if right from turn back around so you can see this. Right from the arch of the foot, see if you can feel as if somebody's underneath the arch, kind of lifting. You'll probably see some of your tendons on the top of your foot. Try to push the big ball of the foot down into the block and the outside edge of the ball of the foot down. The toes are lifting. I've got a funky toe that does this curl thing. I can straighten it, but I kind of have to, and it just slowly curls again. Push down into the heel, make sure the inner and the outer edge, and you're just pushing down. Does anybody feel their leg working? Yeah. So just push down. Does this bother a knee at all? It shouldn't. Okay, so just push down. The toes are lifting. It's almost like somebody's pulling from the arch. See if you can lift it up to the knee. You're going to actually feel it clear back in the groins, clear back in the hips, and in through the inner thigh, and then release it. And just kind of feel how it's just like whoosh. Okay, we're going to find that again. Toes lift, inner edge of the foot pushes down, inner edge of the heel and outer, and then in the ball of the foot, the arch of the foot is lifting up. Engage, just kind of feel almost like this, and then release. Okay, and then go ahead and just ankle rolls, because that's a lot of work. So we can work our muscles without even moving them. Go ahead and just find range of motion. This is one of the things the hips need to have. So on the mornings, I do teach. I get up and do this, okay? On the mornings I don't teach, I do this in bed. So I just kind of lie in bed and you just wiggle. Okay, so make sure, and then you're just going to try, go ahead and move that a little bit further forward. You're going to come up and down. The ball of the foot's on the edge. And but you're not really pushing into the heel to stretch. You're just going for range of motion in the ankle. This is also because we're on the block, going to create range of motion in the hip. So go both directions. Go ahead and change it. Go the other direction. Feel that range of motion. And then take the block out to the side, turn it out a little bit, okay? Same thing, you're right on the edge, but you're not. Make sure that you're straight up and down. So you might have to move that out a little bit. And then you're going to start with the ankle. And then let the whole hip move. Is that painful?
In a good way.
In a good way, okay. Mine pretty much always are first thing, but remember I've already done some yoga, right? And so but one of the things, and it's been interesting, I used to teach everybody just 10 minutes a day will make all the difference. Well, now that I'm the age I am, it's 40 minutes. But you're just like, oh, I can't give 40 minutes, but if I do give 40 minutes, then I can do all sorts of other things. Notice, okay, there's some up and down motion, but a lot of this is just side to side. Okay, and then stop and do just side to side. This turn in might be the painful, yeah, take it out, but don't push. Just come to that edge where you feel the pain, and we're gonna move with our breath. So the inhale, pause, and the exhale, pause. And the inhale, pause, and the exhale, pause, and the inhale, pause, and the exhale, pause, and the inhale, pause, and the exhale, pause. Nicely done. And then go ahead and you're going to bring it over here, okay? This range of motion will be a little bit bigger, and I want you to lift it, okay? Be careful. So we're not on, we're on the same foot. We're on the same foot. You just changed feet.
Same foot hers.
No,
was
I
just
know.
on-
You were on the other side.
I was just on this foot.
I know. That's foot. Come back over. Bring the block over. But it's the same foot.
It's your left.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still on the same leg. Okay. And then you're just going to lift it over and bring it back and touch. Take it over. You don't have to touch. You can leave it up in the air. Take it over and bring it back. It does not have to go really wide. Okay. Now I'd like you to go over, put your hand right here and push the leg against the hand as you come back. Make sure it steps down because we don't want to overly fatigue it, okay? So that pauses the muscle. Take it over, hand, push against, pause. You can flex your foot if you want. Flex, push against, pause. Inner thighs, they're the weakest of our thigh muscles. Pull it in, there you go. One more. Pull against it, there you go. Beautifully done. Take it out here, and now we are going to stretch. So ball the foot on the block, reach the heel towards the floor. Same leg. We're still on the same leg. We're still on the same leg. You keep trying to trade. You started on the
I'm on the right leg.
I know. If you started on the left, you have to finish on the left. I'm watching. Yeah, scoot it forward. Find the stretch on the calf. Go ahead and come up and come for the stretch on the calf. This is so, I'm amazed. I'll get on my hands and knees, and we're going to try hands and knees today. We'll see. We'll use a blanket or a bolster, and I think you can. You'll be on your shin, you won't even be on your knee. So I think we'll be okay, but we're going to try it because it's something, if you can incorporate this at home, it is an amazing thing that happens, okay? So drop the heel, find that, but I'll do all this work warming up, and then I go into a stretch on the calf, and I'm like, how can my calf still be so tight, right? So that's kind of what we want to do, is just kind of go through our body, pausing, finding enough stillness that we know, what am I doing? Okay, what's happening? Then go ahead and just pause that. Reach the heel down. If you can reach the heel all the way to the floor, fantastic. If not, fantastic. And then release. Okay, come over and let's start with this one. Let's start with some ankle rolls. And then let your knee get involved. So if you come up on the toes or the ball of the foot, you'll actually feel that leg, the hip moving. Yes, now you can be on that side. And then reverse it. So I have one place, and it's always done this. There's a click. There's something in there that must snag. And I wonder if it's one of the things that's caused the hip to be more painful. I don't feel it going out, I only feel it when I pull it in. So, I did. How nice is that? Okay. And then, move it over a little bit more. Okay, you're still pulling it forward, right? And continue some ankle circles, but wider with the knee and the thigh and the hip. And reverse. And I don't know about you, but even when I first start the first reverse, it's just like, this is awkward. And then as you just keep going, you just kind of, oh, this is a piece of cake. Reverse it one more time. And then just kind of move that knee side to side. So this is literally, I lie in bed, I'm on my back, and I'm just like this in my bed, you know? And you can do that. Go ahead and take it over to this side.
Just blur
Yeah,
Well,
power die. And so over here, okay, you ready? We're gonna lift it over and back. over. No, take the block over that way. Yeah, you just started on the other leg. So start on the block. No, other foot. There you go. And then take it over and take it back. You just get one side, take it over and take it back, right? So a couple of those, just finding that range of motion, and then come over, put your hand, push against the hand. Make sure you stop and get a pause, and then come back, push against the hand. You feel that inner thigh working when you do that, right? Push against it. So I'm trying to resist. Okay, we've got a couple more. Here we go, and push. Take it out. Here we go, and push. And some people say that's just so, bring it back to the middle. That's just not very much work. It's pretty amazing what the hip can do when you do that kind of stuff. Okay, you're just gonna pull down for now for the calf stretch. Now go back to the other leg, because I'm you started opposite, so you have to finish opposite the whole time.
You guys are blaming me. You're mishaps.
Yeah, that's it. And find that stretch. Just feel that stretch. Close your eyes, take a deep inhale. On the exhale, just find stillness, and notice in the stillness, your muscle might just give a little bit more. Inhale, find a pause, and exhale, and find a pause. So you're just really working with that breath. Beautifully done. And then release. Okay, leave the block there, just go, and you don't have to go way wide. Just go kind of where you can go easily. Hands are on the thighs. Diana's like, this is what I'm going to do. So we're going to do cat-cow here, and then I do want to try cat-cow. The thing with cat-cow is that we will do it on our knees, okay? It's really good for the shoulders. It's wonderful for the spine. We get the spine here, okay? But I don't want to get down on our mat and then have to have you get back up and back down. Okay. So finding that, this is a curl. If you're on the side, you are creating a back bend of some kind. Shoulders are back, head's back. And then when you're here, you're creating a curl around. And opening and closing the spine. Legs are wide, so you're feeling that action. And then hold. Come inhale here. Find a little bit of a pause. And then exhale. Tuck the tailbone. And find a little bit of a pause. And then inhale. Open it. Find a pause. And exhale. Round it back. Tuck your chin. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Pause. Okay. Then bring your feet in a little closer, and you're just going to shake them out. Okay. And then come up to your toes and shake them out. It's using different muscles. And then come to your heels, lift your toes, and shake them out. Okay. And then you're going to slide one. Yeah, this might feel a little awkward at first. It's like, what? Socks are sticky. Yeah. And then bring them in. And take your feet wide and, okay. Bring your feet a little closer to me. Yeah. So there's that, yeah. There's that. And then just gently, it's just little pulses. Breathing. So this range of motion here is what I've got. There's a limit to it. Okay, and now go ahead and alternate. This is very much like windshield wipers. In fact, you can do windshield wipers this way by just going here. But that's not what we're doing. So in we go, and out, in and out. And then just let them breathe, breathe, breathe. Is that okay?
Made me sweat.
I made you sweat.
Yes.
Good stuff. There's only 3 ways to eliminate toxins, right? vomit or spit. We eliminate through our elimination system, and we sweat through the skin. Okay? And then release, pause, and just notice the energy you've created in those hips, in those legs, warming them up. Okay? Let's do some seated sun salutations, and then I want to stand. Inhale, sweep it up. Oh, just go close those arms. Try to feel like your shoulders are going to touch your wrists. They're not. But just try to expand them. In fact, try to expand one, and then the other, and then one, and then the other, and then one, and start doing almost, it's like I'm doing the hula with my shoulders. Right? My hips are staying still, my legs are staying there, but I'm moving here. Maybe that's more belly dancing. And then go ahead and take a twist, and come back to center and take a twist, and twist. Now move with your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale. When we do it this fast with our breath, we don't have time to force. Now, okay, I want you to watch this happen. And then I want you to try to hold them still. And the easiest way to hold them still is to grab a block and put it between your thighs. But not yet, because I want you to wiggle first. Okay? So, here we go. Wiggle. Okay? When I go that way, this knee comes forward. Let it come. Let your body be moving. We're hulaing in our chairs. Okay? Really let them, yeah. That action is one of the actions we use when we walk, right? So let your hips move. Let your knees pull forward, not just out to the side, okay? Make one go more forward, and then the next one go more forward, and then the next one. So that you're down here in this pelvic area, fiddling and moving those hips, okay? I know. And then grab the block and hold them still. Hold them still is more muscular. See if you can lift the toes. Find those inner edges of the feet and the outer edges pushing down. They're just pushing into the floor here. Squeeze the block, okay? Twist. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause, and come back to center. Take the block up a little higher in your thighs. Take it so that it sticks out quite a ways. We've done this before. Just push down. Okay, so keep squeezing the block. You're not going to push it so it leaves. That action, can you feel that inner rotation in the hips? That's something that is so vital for our pelvic health. And then go ahead, let go, and you'll notice the block kind of pops up. So push it down. There's the thighs moving down and around. And then we let it go and they kind of come back in. Push it down. I'm pushing into the block. I'm using my feet in the floor and release. Push it down and release. Push it down. Go ahead and lean forward with a push down. Round through the spine with a push down. Try to tuck your tailbone as you come back. And then inhale. Come all the way out. Okay? This is going to be kind of our sun salutation. Push down, lean forward, inhale. Pause. Exhale. Curl back, round, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, round, and then find a pause point, still hugging the block. And then release and inhale, come all the way up. Beautifully done. One more of those. Inhale, push down, exhale. Inhale, lean forward. pushing down, pause. Exhale, curl it back, tucking the chin, rounding through the spine. Squeeze that block together, and then inhale. Come all the way up. Beautifully done. Go ahead and use that. Okay, let's stand and do our, let's stand. Sorry, my brain's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I think that is that a little too bright? Close it off. Didn't know if we'd have sun hitting or not. Okay, so from here, right, we're just finding our stretch backs. Oh, just let the spine lengthen. Our thighs love when we let the spine lengthen. Okay, so reach it back. Find that length. Go as long as you can. Bend in the knees slightly, and then you're just going to almost do like a little cat-cow. If you want to watch it here, we're just tucking and untucking the pelvis. Untucking it, tucking it. Untucking it, tucking it. So our hip health determines our back health, right? Our back health kind of determines our spine health. Our spine, our shoulders. It's just all interconnected. So find the inhale and the exhale. Go ahead and inhale, find the length. See if you can get your head down in between your shoulders. And then round it up, and you're going to walk back. Okay, here's where we're going to do sun salutations. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, plant. Step back is the pause. Inhale, lengthen. Pause. Exhale, curl. And walk back forward on the pause. Inhale, sweep the arms. Pause. Exhale. Walk it back. Find a pause. Inhale. Find length. Pause. Exhale. Curl and round. And the pause is going to walk us back in. So we're kind of holding our breath as we walk back in. Yeah? Inhale. There's a pause. Maybe you look up. There's an exhale. Get you into this position, and then take a pause, and then inhale. Notice the pauses aren't long. Pause and exhale. Tuck first, and then walk back in as you pause. So we've shifted that a little bit with the pause. Inhale. Last one. Pause. Exhale. Step back, moving through that exhale, and pause. Inhale, find length. Pause. Exhale. Start to tuck as you do that, and then walk it back forward. And inhale. Beautifully done. Okay. Nice, nice one. We'll use these straps when we get to the floor. I do want you to come, and we're going to work on getting our kneeling. So let me give you a couple of pointers. Larry, I think you can do this on just a blanket, but if not, we'll use this bolster. Okay? So when you kneel, okay, if you don't have a problem with your knees, you can just do that. But can you see how I'm clear off? I'm not on my knees. I'm on the blanket, and if we need to put 2 blankets up, we can do that. Okay? Grab your block. I'm going to grab it for you.
That's pretty sick.
How's that? Is that too hard?
Yeah, this needs to start.
Yeah. Does that hurt it?
Yeah, I can't bend it.
Can't bend it. Can you bring it up closer that way? How's that? Bring your body forward more. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Is that okay, Diana?
It came folded.
It came in.
Yeah.
Do this. Here. There you go.
Thanks.
Is that okay there, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. That was easy. Okay. So cat-cows from this side, I'll turn sideways so that you can see. Okay. Moving, if your knee can't bend a lot, you're just gonna move a little bit forward. You have the option of grabbing a block and it brings you up a little higher as well, okay? But you gotta put both hands on it, okay? There's some weight going on this. Now walk the spine. We're gonna try and draw the sit bones, get them way up in the air. And then the round. We can actually do a little bit more here and then stick it back out. This is just cat-cow and then up. So how we doing? Is it a lot? Is it too weighty on the hands? Probably should use 2 blocks if we're doing blocks rather than one for each of you.
The 2 of us is great.
Yeah, that would be a little easier, I think, on your wrists.
Okay, that's better.
Is that better?
Way better.
Yeah. So, if doing this might not even be feasible for you. I don't know if you can see here. My knee's not even on the blanket, okay? That's one of the things for the knees that you want to have. And then you just move them a little bit forward so that they're not in such a deep bend.
Yeah, it's okay. That's disturbing.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, so this is where I want you to just kind of find some circles. This is going to strengthen your shoulders a little bit. So I'm just going forward and back, creating a little bit of circle. But I'm never going back here unless that's okay on my knees. No way.
I tweaked my wrist this week
Oh, shoot.
and
Don't
had
do it.
to,
Then it's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
not worth it. It's not worth it. And then reverse that circle. So whatever way you went, this is one of the things that people think, oh, I can't ever get back on my knees. But we can. We literally can, okay? Go ahead and pause. So to get down and up from here, you're like, how in the heck am I gonna do that, right? So you move blocks out of the way, okay? Whichever knee is not good is gonna go straight. And then you're just gonna lift with your hands and bring your hips down.
Oh,
Okay, take your left foot back, that left knee, there you go. Bend your elbows a little. Just sit your right hip down. He's like, no way.
go this way.
There you go, forearm first, that's it. Beautifully done. Okay, awesome. So, come on to your backs.
What did you say? Come up in there.
No, I'm not that mean.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Well done. Well done. We're just backwards, and that's okay.
We're back.
You're just facing the back of it. Yeah, it works. Still just use the mind, right? There you go. You're perfect. Bend those knees. Now you are. Bend those knees and just, okay, windshield wipers. We always pretty much will start with these windshield wipers. Or have them in. Let them go side to side. Use your breath. So, I don't know if there's anyone new on here, but windshield wipers are just this, right? Finding that side motion. See if you can find a pause. Notice how there's just the tiniest little bit of stillness. We have to train our brain to find the stillness. It won't find it on its own because we have to think about it. We have to think about that stillness. And then I'm going to help you each grab a strap. I was very proud of myself. I remembered your rubber band. I remembered some new straps. Okay. There you go. Yeah, you're just finding range of motion. So one leg up. Just a sec. Just one leg. Just one. There you go. Reach up. And just find range of motion. You're just wiggling that around. Now take this home. You want to take this home? No. Okay, yeah. Side to side, moving with your breath. I really didn't even touch the thermostat, but that is warm in here. It's set for 70. Okay. These are just 6-inch stretchy straps. You're just taking one foot, you reach up, you pull down. Can you feel how tight those are compared to the other ones? Because they're new. You're finding range of motion. You're just going for maximum range of motion here. But not ever going too far. This is another thing that is, you can do this in bed. It's probably not ideal in bed because you don't have the hard surface underneath your back, but it's still doable. Go ahead and bend your knee, pulling the knee in and straighten. And bend and straighten. And if you've just gone one direction, go the other direction. And then I love to make either an infinity sign or a figure 8, just with my toe and my heel going back and forth. And then go ahead and take both straps in whichever, the opposite of the foot that's up. So if your right foot's up, you're grabbing left hand. If your left foot's up, you're grabbing right hand with both straps. And then you're going to just pull it gently across the body towards the hand that has it. There should be a really great outside of the hip stretch there. Go ahead and bend the knee slightly. You can pull that knee towards your chest and then release. Take it back up and now hold the leg and the hand is the same. So you've switched straps to the other hand. And you're just pulling out to the side a little bit. This is more open. This is a tendency, we have a tendency to let that leg flop. Don't let it flop. So take your opposite, whatever hand is not using strap, put it right on your hip bone. And don't let it go too far.
Put it on the hip bone?
I'll show you. Put that right hand on your right hip bone. No. Yeah. No, you're holding the strap in the right hand now. You've switched. This hand is gonna put right on that right hip. No. This hand's right here. So that you don't go too far.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So the beauty of these straps, the thing I think I love the most about them is that when you feel that resistance, right, they're actually pulling that whole femur bone kind of into the socket. Most of our movement keeps it out of socket. go ahead and take, if you can, both legs are gonna come up into the strap. And just take the one leg, the leg you haven't worked out, and find range of motion.
Just change the feet.
You just change feet. You got it. That would have been easier for me to say, just change feet, huh? Bending, straightening, circling, whatever range of motion. And if you just find yourself, maybe your mind starts to wander. Mine loves to wander. Bring it back, right? And just say, oh, maybe I need to go the other direction. And then maybe it wanders again. Have you noticed that when you're in pain, your mind doesn't wander from the pain very far? I have had this thought, wondering, do you think that's why we have pain? Is to help us learn to stay focused? Anyway, it was a thought. It might not be a truth, but it might be. Because I find that I learn things better when I really have to, think about and pay attention. And then go ahead, you're gonna take the straps in the opposite hand. Most of you might have it. Take the leg across the body just a little. Yeah. Anybody find that outside hip stretch? Yep. Take some deep breaths there. Some pauses. And then go ahead, bring it back up. Now change it to the other hand so that it's the same leg as hand has the strap. And go take the foot to the side. It's all of you are to the left. Opening the hip. You can take your hand on top of that hip. Oh yeah. And then anything else that feels good with this, the bend, the stretch. Some of this is just so generic, the movement, right? It's just very, but it's so mindful. And then I'd like you to just lose the strap and bring your feet to the floor, knees are bent. Feet to the floor, knees are bent. Okay, and then I want you to just remember how we did that one knee forward. Okay, it's kind of gonna be just a swivel of the hips. Just swivel them. Kind of almost a hula. Maybe one hip comes towards the armpit and then it switches to the other side. And then, but let the knees go with it. Don't make it just be the back moving. Let the knees kind of wiggle. Just like when we did those twists and our knees went forward and back. Beautifully done. And then come back to, would you reach up? See if you can do happy baby. Now some of us don't like happy baby very much. Okay, if you can reach feet, you can reach feet. If not, you're just grabbing your thighs, the back of your thighs, and you're pulling them towards your chest. It's a great stretch for your back. Oh yeah.
I can't begin to do that.
I will help if you'd like to. I'll be gentle. Go ahead and put your feet up.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. You're just gonna pull, you're just pulling this knee, try to pull it towards your chest. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. And then see if you can just, without bending this knee, can you do the same thing with this side? Breathe. Does that hurt?
No.
Good. Good. Well, even let it move.
Okay.
We're just pulling the thigh towards your chest. Breathe. Notice if you're holding your breath. Yeah. or not. Yeah. Yeah. And then release. Beautifully done. Guess what? It's Shavasana time. It's our favorite. So we're just gonna stay. It's gonna
She doesn't think that.
And we'll put a bolster under your legs. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, let everything relax. Okay. We've worked, we've moved, we've thought about stillness. See if that's a good place for those things. Good. That's it, Diane. This is my best favorite bolster. How's that feel?
It's too spongy.
It's too spongy. You want a firmer one? Okay.
No, I'm okay.
No, we'll just change it. There you go. That's good. How's that?
Yeah.
Ah. So relaxing with something underneath your knees to help your back. This is a place for stillness. Sometimes Shavasana is the hardest pose we do. Holding still is something we don't like doing sometimes. Palms, if they face up, your shoulders can relax easier. The feet, they can just turn out to the side unless that's not comfortable. And they just kind of stay forward. If you take your feet a little wider, the knees will automatically kind of pull in, and that will create a curl in with the thigh bones. And whether your hands are on your belly or out to the side, just even if you have a thought, let the thought come and then let it go. Notice your stillness. We're still when we're asleep some of the time. But this really isn't asleep. This is more of a pause. Notice your thoughts. Our thoughts change. Sometimes we have the same thought over and over and over and over and over. And we don't even pay attention that that same thought is looping. This finding stillness, even with the brain, helps us to understand how we get out of those looping thoughts. If we never pause and ask, what am I thinking? if we never take a breath and find the pause of the breath, we always pause. We always take an inhale and pause, and an exhale and pause. But if we don't pay attention, how do we ever figure out what we're thinking and if what we're thinking is truth? When I figured out, and I'm not perfect at it, I still go, that is not a true thought. When I figured this out, right, and figured out that I have the power within me with this breath to find that stillness. And in that stillness, I try to ask myself, was that thought true? If it was, sweet. But then I also pause from the thoughts. I think that's the beauty of this breath. That is what true meditation is finding those pauses. So breath work, the pranayama, is the bridge between the physical practice that we do and the mental, the beyond. In November, we're going to work on pratyahara. It's turning inward. It's recognizing, how do I feel? How do I this? How does this work? What's happening here, right? And turning in to a place of that stillness. Not just recognizing it and practicing it, but now withdrawing your senses. And we'll work on that. I think one of my new favorite little thoughts is this: yoga is not for experts. It's for human beings. And we are all human. And we'll end class here with a namaste.